Guys, today we're going to talk about something super cool. The Primal monster truck. 100 pounds of absolute weapon. I bought this thing pre-release. It was a special edition. They took the mud truck, they copied Talbot's monster truck that he built on his channel. And basically it's a mud truck with monster truck tires on it. They came with wheel extensions. It's a V4, so it's got the good diffs, it's got the good shocks, it's got the good steering, it's got the good servos, it's got the good. But listen, I bought this thing and I never once put fuel in it. I was gonna collect it. And since I've been doing the YouTube channel, we're done collecting stuff. We're gonna put tires on the pavement. And yeah, guys, I got Kevin's signature, number 8 of 100. And there's my serialized on my radio box. Yeah, she's been sitting since I got her. But listen, guys, I'm gonna pull the lid up this thing. We're gonna take a look at the insides and show you what you're getting. So basically what you got, you've got 4 body pins in the back. You've got 2 more on the sides that you can't see. You gotta kind of reach up underneath and get to. And then there's 2 more buried up behind the headlights. But once you get all the body pins out, there's 10 total. You grab the side, give it a yank, go to the other side, give it a yank, and then your body comes right off. And that reveals the good. She looks kind of weird without her clothes on, doesn't she? But listen, these things are wicked cool. These things came with 130 kg servos. They came with the V4 steering, and if you've ever played with a Primal, and you need to before you die because these things are awesome, the original steering had 9 failure points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The new one has 4. You have outer tie rod ends, and then you've got from your servo saver to your steering. That was a game changer on the Primal. A couple improvements they made over, like the sway bar. The original sway bars were just a bent U-shaped thing with some aluminum links, and now they actually put aluminum arms on them. They're still 4 mil, so they're just literally, they are weak. But this is going to get the Vitavon 6 millimeters on it. Again, we talked about the 130 kg servos. Originally, the original OG version came with 70 kgs plastic. The V2 had the 100s. These are the 130s. We'll get back to those in a minute. So she's got a 50cc 2-stroke in her with a ridiculously loud pipe for something that makes so little power. But they're still cool. I mean, it's a 100-pound fifth scale truck. And when you think fifth scale, you think Roving, Kraken, you think, I mean, even the X-Maxes and the XRT, they're calling those fifth scales. The Creightons, the Outcasts, those are not fifth scales. These are fifth scales. Another big thing they did is they went with 10 millimeter shock shafts because everybody and their brother kept on breaking the shocks on these things. But one of the biggest Achilles heels of these shocks are these pistons. These pistons, you've seen Talbot drill them out, do this, do that, they still break. Now you go to Exo Caged RC, Joe Collins, one of the coolest men on the planet. He prints these shock pistons. And I have sent my bouncers 30 foot in the air on hard landings, and I have yet to break those things. Now, what got me hooked on GT5s from FlySky is actually the Primals, because that is the radio that comes with them. Now this thing has a big old 3200 milliamp NiCad in it that right now is kicking 9.8 volts. And if you've ever wondered on something so big with such big tires how good these 100 kg servos are, the 130s, I mean, these things are ridiculously fast. I've got them in my Gravedigger and I have them in both my bouncers. Now I do have a V1 laminator in the front, but I have never really done anything with it. I bought that thing off a marketplace for 1,500 bucks, and honestly what's going to happen to this truck was going to happen to that truck. But there's so many upgrades, from the diffs to the shocks to the sway bars to the links to everything in it. It just doesn't make any sense to do that car. It cost me 4 or 5 grand just to rebuild it. To me, guys, the biggest upgrade they did is they went from that old plastic 70 kg servo to this 100 for the brakes, because this thing is insane. Remember, this thing has like roughly 3-inch disc brakes in the front, on the front axle and the back axle, just like a real monster truck. Now the controller's kind of cool because obviously you got your throttle, you got your brake. Also on this thing, make sure you get your endpoints right, because you do not want to stress that servo out too bad. Of course, channel 2 is your steering. Channel 3, let me see if I can get in there because it's kind of tough to see, but you see a little blinking red light? When you press channel 3, that turns green. That's your kill switch. And if you hit it again, engine shuts off. They also give you a manual toggle over here on the side, which is kind of cool. And then of course your channel 4 is going to be tough to see it, but it's your reverse servo. That kicks you into reverse. Now when we get done with this thing, we're not going to need any of that stuff, but not really the point of the video. Guys, the game plan is simple. Tomorrow I'm going to grab some 2-stroke. We're going to run this thing. We're going to run a tank through it in here. Then we're going to drag this 31-inch wide truck through that 33-inch doorway out that front door. We're going to run it. Do a little bit of video on it, have some fun. Then we're going to drive it back in that 33-inch door, and we're going to convert this thing to brushless. Now, you're saying to yourself, man, you're nitro pimp, not electro pimp. Why brushless? Simple. You have a 100-pound missile that doesn't stop very well. It's not really fast, but it'll do 25, 26 mile an hour. So they're not exactly slow. But the reason why you want something like this brushless is simple. Air control and ESC braking. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the disc brakes. We're still going to mix channel 2 into throttle and brakes. So when we slow down on the ESC, we're still going to be using our disc brakes. Plus we have this monster of 520 kV motor. We've got the Cobra 5 HV. We're going to convert it. And to convert it, we've got the Vidavon. It's an SCX transmission with custom 10 mil outputs. The coolest thing about this transmission is, check this out. So, I'm rolling this tire forward. That is going clockwise. That is going counterclockwise. The problem with that is there's an amazing amount of torque twist on these things. And when this thing wheelies, I want both tires to come up fairly equally. I do not want the right front tire going airborne and this thing just twisting on the left rear tire, because it's not that much. With a lot of input from Joe Collins at XO Caged RC with Arthur at Vidavon, they came up with this skid, which replaces everything on the bottom. This is where your links are going to attach, go through your side rails. The transmission, Vidavon, very important on this thing, because I learned on one of my bouncers, if you buy the cheap old Amazon pinions, you get about 10 foot before they just turn into a pineapple. It comes with a bunch of motor supports. It comes with a battery tray. It comes with an ESC tray. I'm going to add 4 more shocks to it. These are V3, V4 shocks. They're the 10 mils. They're the pressure shocks. So we're going to take these shocks, we're going to drop them down to the bottom hole. We're going to add these to the back. I'm going to get some Vidavon sway bars, because these things at their weight, you know, a 4 mil sway bar really isn't getting it. But again, before that, we're going to put some fuel through this thing. But guys, so tomorrow's video is going to be watching this thing run, and then hopefully by the weekend we'll get this thing blown apart. We'll get it no longer making the noise, but it's definitely going to do the thing better, because there's nothing better than a 100-pound truck with ESC braking. That means when you're in the air, you've got the idea of throttling up to bring the nose up and hitting the brakes to bring it down. The way the gas motor is, it'll do it, but it just doesn't do it in a reasonable amount of time. So guys, if you want to see this build, go ahead and get subscribed if you're not already, because I'm going to have 3 or 4 good videos on this thing, and this thing is going to be a blast. I don't think I'm the first one to do the 520 Cobra HV motor combo in a Primal, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be the first one that's going to be doing it on YouTube. But guys, again, get subscribed. I appreciate it.